Good morning. How are you today? This is your Bishop Rene Alog, and here is our daily devotion. Guaranteed failure. Numbers chapter 14, verses 36 to 45. One of the greatest strategies Satan had used since the beginning of time is to tempt believers to reject God's voice and follow after their own self-will. This strategy is one of the most dangerous because many people are so deceived that they cannot determine when they have fallen into the snare of the enemy. Israel was defeated because they rejected the voice of God and followed their own self-will. Instead of going forward to take possession of the land as God had commanded them, they rebelled against Him. They refused to listen. They refused to follow God into the promised land, but chose instead to follow their own will and go back to Egypt. This was the height of their rebellion against God. They chose their will above God's will. They rejected Him as the supreme authority of their lives. God was ready to destroy the entire congregation. Moses interceded and God forgave their rebellion. But He did not let them go unpunished. He told Moses that all those 20 years of age and older would not be able to enter into the land promised by God, but would die in the wilderness. God told Moses to turn back tomorrow and set out toward the desert along the route to the Red Sea. Numbers 14, verse 25. The next morning, they came to Moses. "We have sinned," they said. "We will go up to the place the Lord promised." Numbers 14, verse 40. Once again, they were rejecting the word of the Lord and choosing to go their own way. When God told them to go forward, they turned back. Now that He commanded them to turn back, they decided to go forward. Moses said, "Why are you disobeying the Lord's commands? This will not succeed." And it didn't. Numbers 14, verses 41 to 43. If you are disobeying God's command, you will not succeed. You will fail, and that is guaranteed. Let us make this declaration. God has planned no failures for me. I will obey His commands and succeed in all I do. Amen and amen. God bless us all, and shalom.